History doesn't remember quiet moments. It remembers screams. The Mercy Dawn wasn't a warship. It was a lifeline, 3 kilometers long, 47 medical bays. No weapons, no shields, just hope. It entered Quadrant Juno under standard clearance, flagged by the Interstellar Accord as a neutral humanitarian vessel. They had done this 100 times before. This time something waited. At 0316 GST, long-range scanners picked up gravimetric ripples. Distortions, irregular, cold. Commander Lyra ordered a passive scan, expecting solar debris. She was wrong. The veil didn't decloak. They erupted. 13 needle-like warships surged in from the black, cutting the Mercy Dawn open like a surgical wound. The first strike hit the medbay, incinerated 300 patients in cryostasis. The second, engineering. Reactor containment failed in 42 seconds. "This isn't a raid," Lyra whispered, gripping the comms. "It's an execution." Communications were jammed. Escape pods targeted and destroyed before they cleared docking. Emergency signal repeaters were manually launched by Ensign Tef, his body riddled with burns. But he did it. A whisper slipped into the stars. Under attack, unprovoked, hundreds dead. The last thing Mercy Dawn saw was the Veil flagship rotating toward them. No demand, no reason, no recognition. Just one broadcast. "You extended a hand. We severed it." Then nothing. The ship was gone, and with it, every soul aboard. Back at Earth Command, Admiral Kale listened to the echo on loop. His eyes didn't flinch. His hands didn't tremble. He simply said, "Begin Protocol Obsidian." Across the moons of Mars, dormant orbital shipyards roared to life. Subterranean bunkers beneath Europa opened like steel flowers, birthing vessels the galaxy hadn't seen in 60 years. The Aegis Fleet. Not peacekeepers. Not negotiators. Ghosts of a war Earth never wanted to fight again. Until now. 11 days later, the Veil began moving toward human colonies. They expected surrender. They got silence. And then, light. At 0200 hours, Subspace Gate 9 tore open. 216 dreadnoughts emerged, powered by dark core reactors, coated in signal-absorbent alloy. No fanfare. No message. The first Veil cruiser didn't see them. It simply ceased to exist. The second tried to run. It split in half from a kinetic lance that moved faster than thought. Admiral Kale issued no ultimatums. The only transmission he authorized was a data dump. 47 crew logs from the Mercy Dawn. Screams. Prayers. Last breaths. Then came a single line of text. "This is what mercy cost." The Veil tried to regroup at Fortress World White EHN, but Earth had mapped it decades ago. It took 6 hours to break planetary orbit, 3 hours to shut down their planetary defense grid. No bombardment, no extinction. The fleet deployed EMP spores, sophisticated, invisible storms that silenced the Veil's entire war machine in minutes. Their leaders awoke to silence. Screens blank. Systems cold. Above them, Earth's flagships hung like tombstones. The Veil homeworld was left untouched. Not as a mercy. As a monument. Humanity had made its point. They would not speak it again. Peace resumed. But now, every ship, every race, every quadrant remembered the Mercy Dawn. Not as a loss, but as a line. And if you ever drift through Quadrant Juno, and listen closely, you might hear her again. A voice. A warning. Not of weakness, but of what happens when patience breaks.